All right, you know what? We're just gonna do it like this. Listen, okay, so look, I set this up, okay, and I just can't feel anything. I don't understand what's going on. I was thinking that I'm gonna set up my table, I'm gonna set up my chair, and I'm gonna sit in my chair, and I'm gonna talk in the chair, but I don't know why, I just don't feel. Okay, this is the other side, and I must have recorded this video 5 million times. I've already said everything that needs to be said so many fucking times at this point, but something keeps going wrong. And this time, I fixed everything. Look, it sounds normal. It sounds fine. I fixed it. Okay, it doesn't matter. I literally have a notebook here in which I wrote down the stuff that I want to talk about, but it does not matter. The notebook doesn't matter. The chair doesn't matter. Nothing matters. The 24th of January was Saturday, and it's 22nd of February today. It's Sunday today, and the reason why it has been a month, and the reason why it took so long is because I have work. And right now, it's 22nd of Feb, but it's literally 3 minutes to midnight right now. So I'm not gonna sleep tonight just so I can do this because I really badly want to fucking do it. And I will record for the entire night if I have to. It doesn't matter. I will record this fucking today. I will. Class is in session, boys. I installed Arch on the 24th, and today is 22nd. Okay? But the first time I took Arch seriously was the 1st of January, 2026. And it wasn't because it's a new year or something, it was just a coincidence. But I know what you're asking. You're asking, why did you install it on the 24th if you started learning about it on the 1st? The answer is stalling, because I did not fucking know what I'm doing at all, and I was incredibly intimidated. I said this, I was just incredibly intimidated by everybody talking about how difficult Arch is, so I thought, in my naivety, that I'm just gonna understand everything and then I'm just gonna install it without any problems. That's not how anything works. I went into this thinking that if I just understand every single thing, if I just read the Arch wiki, then I would just get it and I would install it without any problems. But that is not what happened. Quite the opposite. I'm not exaggerating even a little bit. Literally, every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong. I mean, what do you think could go wrong? You corrupt your entire storage? Every one of them, like a checklist. Every single thing. I went through errors and problems like a goddamn checklist, and I tick every single problem that you could possibly fucking have. I do not know how I'm still alive. I'm actually recording. I fixed the audio that I'm not fucking using. Shut up. Don't. Just don't say anything. Just please say something nice. Please. Oh, God. In my second video, part 2 or whatever, I kept on criticizing the DIY attitude of Arch, and it just didn't come off right. It seemed like I hated it, and I just want to explain what I meant by that. The Arch Wiki constantly mentions that Arch is based on a DIY attitude or a DIY principle or a do-it-yourself attitude, where if something goes wrong, it's your responsibility to fix it, and whatever you want, you can do. It's about you. It's focused on you, which I absolutely love. I absolutely love that entire philosophy and that entire idea, but I kept on hating it over and over again and again. See, I'm quite a fucking dumbass, okay? I'm very egoistic, and I have a very thick fucking skull. Nothing gets in this fucking head of mine, okay? I have trouble understanding the most basic of things. I need to keep my ego in check. The main thing that I was saying is that it's not DIY, okay? Because I didn't write the documents. I didn't write the documentation. I didn't write the Arch Wiki. I didn't make Arch. If it really was do it yourself, then it would just be completely fucking empty. I would make the distro, right? I would make the operating system. That's really do it yourself. I'm really just putting together, I'm assembling, compiling things that other people have made for me. And the reason why I was so critical about it is the fact that because of my insane and irrational ego, I think that if I believe something like this, I will forget the work of all of these wonderful people. I didn't write the documentation, and I couldn't have wrote the document. I think that's even more important than the fact that I didn't write the documentation is the fact that I couldn't have wrote the document. devote my entire life learning about this stuff, and I could never write something as beautifully and clearly written as the Arch would. And the same goes for all the programs, all the softwares that are there for you to use. I didn't make them, and I can't make them. And that's the thing. I start believing when they tell me like it's a do-it-yourself thing, and I start thinking like, well, I'm doing it myself. I put it together myself. It's me. Because in my fucking stupid mind, I will completely gloss over the hard work that these people have put into making art. That if I believe them, they'll get to my head. It'll be like, oh, I'm putting it together. You know, I put my system together. It's like, no, these people made it, and I'm very grateful that they made it for me. And I'm very thankful, and I'm glad that I get to fucking use the stuff all for free. Can't even believe it. I don't know. I've been such an asshole my whole fucking life about this. I'm incredibly grateful to Arch. I'm incredibly grateful to Linux. I'm incredibly grateful to Arch. I'm incredibly grateful to all of these things that I am currently using and experiencing. Okay, I hope you understand. I'm unbelievably grateful to all of this because uh, in my, in my life I've had two things that just never made any sense to me. I'm quite a mechanical, physical kind of a guy. I like things. I don't like things that are physical. I understand. I feel like I understand things that are physical, like things interlocking and pushing and pulling against each other, right? Electricity and computers, like code and software, these things never made any sense to me. You know, as a kid, I just quit. I just thought like, okay, maybe this is just not for me. And I always just felt very stupid. Like, oh, I will never understand this. And I was like, it's fine. I always loved reading about it. I always loved poking in like reading about electricity and electrons and potential fields. It's cool, but it just sounds so complicated. I just don't get it. I never got it. Don't know what a current is. I've read about it so many times. It just goes right above my head. And the same with code and computers. And I never thought I will ever be able to understand how a computer works. And I see this whole thing happening with Windows not supporting Windows 10 and Windows 11 requiring very powerful computers as the like baseline. I see all of this as a like back then I thought like, okay, this is an opportunity for change, but now I see it as a wonderful thing that has allowed me to somehow like somewhat understand how a computer works, because I never knew about any. It was all just a huge mystery. But using Arch necessitates you understanding how a computer works. All of this, that's the reason why in the last video I said I believed all the morons that were telling me that Arch is difficult. Arch isn't difficult. Yeah, Arch isn't difficult. Computers are difficult. Computers are complicated, and Arch makes no attempts to hide it. Arch just gives you a computer. You should know how to run it. Run it yourself. There you go. And that's amazing. And because of this, I now know all of these wonderful things about how a computer. I never knew what a driver was. I never knew what that. I've heard that for years. I always thought that's a physical thing because it sounds like a physical thing. I thought it's some kind of a physical thing inside of my CPU box, which is just a box of equipment, mechanical, electrical stuff. I don't know what's in there. I thought that a driver is a physical thing inside of my computer, and what is installing is some software to use that driver that's in there. That's how bad my understanding of all of this was. And now, because I've installed them myself to run all of the things that I'm running, it's beautiful. I can't believe that I know what it is now. I can't believe that. And there's so much for me to learn. Of course, I don't think that I know. See, that's the thing, that I still don't feel like I know anything. Okay, I still feel like there's so much for me to learn, but it's crazy that now I know some things that I once thought were impossible for me to understand because I was too fucking dumb for it. And I don't want this to somehow become about like, oh, I did it. It's like I constantly say in that video that I didn't read. Like you're telling me that it's a do-it-yourself thing. Anybody who's willing to read the documentation, well, I didn't write the documentation, and I can't. More important than the fact that I didn't write it is that I can't. No matter what I do, I can spend my entire life studying this stuff. I can never write something so clear. Like the Arch Wiki has everything laid out so clearly. The man pages are so useful. Everything that I read about it is so well written. I can never do that. Okay?
It's written by other people, and I love that they just gave this to me. You know what I mean? Oh fuck! I didn't think this would happen. God damn! I don't even have a. How do I wipe? What the? I feel like this is the easiest part of all of this. The hard part is making it, developing it, getting it. Like, I still don't understand. Whenever I install a new thing, I don't have to do anything else. I just type one command and it just installs it, and then I just launch it and it works. How? That's so cool. I don't have to do anything. Like, how does it? How does my computer know what? It's great. I'm sure I'll have an opportunity to learn that as well. But I just don't want to believe it when it says that it's a do-it-yourself thing. No, it's not a do-it-yourself thing. They wrote the documentations. They made the programs. I'm using it. I'm doing the easiest part of it. I'm not devaluing what I'm doing. I'm not saying like, oh, I what I'm doing is not, doesn't matter. No, what I'm saying is that if I listen to it, it'll get to my head. Okay, and I just wanna be grateful to all of this wonderful documentation that I can just fucking read. I can just sit on my phone and read about all of these cool things. It's amazing that I can understand all of this. And that's what I was resisting constantly when it told me it's a do-it-yourself thing. No, I'm not doing any. And there are genuine problems. I'm sure if I tell somebody about it, I'll never fucking dare talk to anybody about this. Fuck off. Okay, I'm not. That's not an option for me. Go and ask somebody. Are you crazy? The most I will ever do is ask the fucking AI, and that's it. If I don't get my problem solved, I'll just sit there. Okay, I'll just switch to something else. I just not use that. Okay, it just sounded like I hate their attitude. I hate their philosophy or something like that. I love it. I love it, but I just do not want to accept that I'm doing this myself. I'm barely doing anything. There are incredible people who have done these incredible things, and I'm very, very grateful to it. And I do not want my ego to somehow ruin this for me, because what's next? Right? Once I feel like, oh, I did it myself, then something doesn't work because I don't understand. But because I feel like I'm doing everything myself, I feel like, oh, I've already done so much, and this just doesn't work because it fucking sucks. It's like I don't want to be that kind of a person, you know. That's awful. I've been that kind of a person, and I hate that. That's what I mean. I'm incredibly grateful to Linux for helping me understand this mystical, magical, completely out of this world for me. It's absolute wizardry that I never thought I would be able to even come close. I am in it now, and I will just continue to learn.
I wrote down the problems that I have because I want to fucking tell you about all the fucking problems. Literally, every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong. Bro, I am Murphy's Law. Okay. Alright, so I wrote it down so that I don't get lost because I have a tendency to go on tangents. So the first one is the hard drive. Okay, so this is insane, and this is the worst thing that's ever fucking happened to me, bro. You know how when when you are preparing the installation medium with like the live USB and stuff, you're supposed to know, you're supposed to write the names correctly. You're supposed to know the name of your device, and you're supposed to verify it. And I was like, yeah, I know, dude. I should have been very careful because I ended up corrupting my entire hard drive, my entire hard. Listen, I'm not very rich, okay? I'm broke as fuck. Okay, I'm broke as fuck. So I have a primary storage here. It's the primary storage and then an external storage, okay? And then after that, all I have is these fucking USBs, okay? These USB drives, and each one of them is 16 gigabytes, okay? Which isn't a lot of storage. And one of these is the live USB. So I only had these two. So I only had access to 16 gigabytes. And so my only option was to store, if I wanted to back up something, my only option was to either somehow have the backup under 16 gigabytes or put it on my external storage. So I put it on my external storage, and I don't know what the fuck happened. I was just like, please, for the love of God. And no, my fingers crossed and didn't do anything. I had a bunch of fucking videos on it. I lost every single one of them. But then came the godsend, the guardian angel photo rec. Oh my god, dude, this is the best thing that AI has ever done. I told the AI, dude, I was just venting. I wasn't even looking for solutions. I was venting. I was telling the AI, it's gone. My stuff is gone. Oh my god, what am I going to do? And the AI was like, okay, breathe. And I was like, shut up, okay? But then it told me about this tool called PhotoRec. Okay, and you run that tool. I immediately installed it, I ran it, and it must have taken an hour. Okay, it told me 2 recovery tools. The first one I used, I spent 2 hours. It took 2 hours. The tool literally tried to recover it, and then it was like, it failed. I was like, no. But then the second tool, PhotoRec, it recovered all of it. It gave me all my videos back. Oh my god, I'm so happy. But the only downside is that dates on those are lost. It says the date of like 26th January now on all the videos. They were recorded back in 2024. I'm glad. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, PhotoRec. Whoever made it. Whoever made it. Oh my god, I love you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah. So that's the first fucking problem that I ran into. So yeah, check the fucking name of your LSBLK. LSBLK. Remember that shit. Okay? Okay, next one. Didn't understand the very first step. Bro, fuck off with this bullshit. I swear. Dude. What is the first step of install? Okay, so technically the first step is preparing the live USB. That doesn't count. What is the first step? The real first step? It is connecting to the internet, right? So I was like, okay, I'll connect to the internet. How do I do it? I don't listen. I don't know you understand how much of a beginner I am. I don't get anything, and not only am I a beginner, I'm also fucking stupid. So it doesn't help. It's not a good combination to be. Okay, I must have spent around an hour trying to connect to the internet when it was already working. Because I just didn't understand what it said. So it said that you're supposed to enable your device, your network device. And when I did IP link, it showed me that my device is down in red. So I was like, well, that's supposed to be green, clearly, right? And it's supposed to say up. It's not. It was working just fine. It was working all I had to do was connect to the internet. All I had to do was connect to my Wi-Fi. That's all I had to do. And I was like running these random fucking commands, looking up like, I can't find, how do I fix this? How do I do this? But then came the magical moment. I actually somehow fucking figured it out. Okay, it's supposed to say down. Okay, fine. And then I connected. And then I typed in the name of my Wi-Fi. And it was I hope you understand that all of this feels like an incantation to me, right? Like, I had no idea. So when I wrote down, I don't know, I think I was using IWCTL. I don't really fully remember. Wrote down this completely random seeming command. And I was just like hoping like this is going to work. And I typed in the name of my Wi-Fi and it connected. And I was almost crying, bro. I was almost, I can't tell you just how incredible it felt. I literally just connected my computer to my Wi-Fi using commands. I can't believe that. I'm controlling the hardware with just... That's so crazy. I can't believe that. All my life, all I've ever done is just press a button at the network thing. You go to settings and you press the button that says connect and it connects. This time, I connected it. Next one. Skipped bootloader. Bro. Okay, so... I don't know if I when you go to the bottom of the installation guide, there's a very teeny tiny little section that says choose your bootloader. And I thought, oh, it's a tiny paragraph with a single link. And you click the link and it tells you about what a bootloader is. That's what I thought. So I was like, okay, well, I'll learn about it later. First I want to install Arch. So I completely skipped that. Turns out, that's a really fucking important step. You can't skip that. Okay, you can't fucking skip that. So I did everything correctly. And after I did everything correctly, I just opened up and it was just Grub. Just sitting there. It was just like, hey, what's up? And I was like, Arch, excuse me? What is going on? Where am I? And you can, I don't know if you understand. I was lost. Where do I go? What do I do? I'm just completely lost. What is happening? I don't know what Grub, I know what it stands for. I figured out the whole part of like, oh, you're supposed to generate the config file for Grub to be able to find your Arch. Okay, fine, I did that, and it worked. It worked. My fear was that, oh, I messed up something, so I'm gonna have to restart the whole process or something like that. I was gonna do that, but no, I didn't mess up anything. Everything I did fine. And the biggest surprise is that I actually partitioned my disks correctly. Maybe because I fucked it up and corrupted my fucking hard drive before, so I have a little experience with that. That's why I got it right. Isn't that magical and amazing? Anyway, didn't read general rec about yo. In the installation guide, it tells you how to create a user, I think. I don't fully remember, but I somehow got this information that I'm supposed to create a user. So in the live USB, I created a user. Okay? In the live USB, when I was in the live USB, in that live environment, I created a new user. I created a new login, okay? So that I can log into my system. So when I went to Arch, now that my final installation is complete, I typed in my login details, right? Just to log in, my login and my password, and it said invalid password. So I was like, oh, must have entered the wrong password. Oh, silly me. Entered it again, very carefully with a single finger. Didn't work. What? What's happening? Excuse me? Turns out I didn't. I must have spent another fucking hour just trying to fix it. Okay, just trying to fix this, just trying to see, like, because I didn't want to I know that you can just create a new user, but I thought, like, well, there's going to be two users then. What happened to the user that I just created? So I was trying to find how to find all the users, and then when I found information, I didn't understand it because I was a beginner. It was insane. Finally figured out what the problem was. The problem was that I created the user in the live environment, so the live environment just lives in your RAM. So when you turn your computer off, everything you did in the live environment goes away. That's why it's called the live environment. I didn't know that, so I thought the user I made over there, well, I remember making it. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Okay, I made it. I remember it. You can't tell me I didn't make it, but I did make it because it got deleted as soon as I turned my machine off. So I created the new user, entered my password, and then I was like, well, I'm in here now. Now let's go to general recommendations and check it out. And guess what's at the very fucking top of it? Users and groups. Users and groups. That's all I had to do. Wasted a fucking hour of my life. All I had to do was just read the general recommendations. So right at the top, at the very tippy top, literally at the beginning. I want to. It's fine. It's all right. Spelling errors don't even get me. Oh my god, I do not know how to type. I feel like a dumbass. I feel like a moron. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Oh my god, it is so annoying. I just keep on typing things. It's just like invalid. I was like, what's going on? And then I see I don't know how to type because I'm a moron. Anyway, and the last one stalled and took too long. And this is talking about the 23rd of February right now. It's 4 a.m. Been doing this all night, just trying to make this fucking video right now. Don't get me wrong, I am enjoying this. Okay, I am enjoying this. This is a choice. This is not something I have to do, but still, yeah, I took way too long. I definitely did not have to wait 24 fucking days before starting, because at the end I ended up getting every single thing wrong. I didn't get anything right. So what was the point? I should have just installed it from the very start. Fast forward to now, I'm running it. I never knew that I would be able to experience this. I set the color of this, the window that it's on. I put the color there. I put this window here, how it will appear, how it will open. I put that here. You know, the very first thing that I did when I installed Arch, because I wanted to see my corrupted files. I wanted to get them somehow. I wanted to see them out of concern and a lot of hurry and a lot of rush. Install Thunar. And when I was on Linux Mint, all I did was, as soon as that was installed, I typed the name of that application in the terminal and it opened. And I like that. It's very nice. So I was in the habit of Thunar, typing Thunar, and Thunar would open. So after I installed Thunar on Arch, I typed Thunar, and it said, can't open. And I was like, why? Because I didn't have a display server. Now it makes a lot of sense. But I didn't know what that is. And now it's so obvious that, oh, you're in a terminal. You need something that will be able to process the display. Like, how will you display your program? Thunar is a graph. I don't know if you understand this, but I feel really, really good that I know that. That I know what a display server is. Never have I even thought about that before. Right? It's the same thing with the drivers and stuff. It's like, never thought about how this thing works, and now I know. And I'm learning more and more about it, about how X is old and how it used to handle stuff, and Wayland is new, and I don't know if you understand this, but I just feel so grateful that I know all of this now, all the problems that I've had, all of these problems. Yes, I was very angry, I was very upset, but I promise you, it's beautiful. I enjoyed this so much. All these problems. I did not enjoy my storage getting corrupted. I swear, I did not enjoy that one. I didn't enjoy that, and I didn't enjoy the fact that I wasn't able to make any fucking videos for these 2 months because the audio wouldn't work. I'll show you how the audio sounded. Okay. Now there's an even more pronounced echo. That's how it sounded. Those two problems I did not enjoy, but other than that, every single problem I ran into, I absolutely loved. Every single error that I ran into, I absolutely loved. Every single thing that I needed to learn to get something working, I absolutely loved. Every time I learn something new, I love it. It's absolutely incredible. So, what's next? So I guess that's all that's left. Oh shit. Did I really tell you everything? I mean, I hope I didn't miss something. I'm never going to come back to this. So, yeah, well, that's it. What's next? Well, what's next is I've been super fascinated by if you want to install something that doesn't have on the official repositories, you're supposed to get it from the AUR. I've seen a lot of people using Yay or helper tools to get stuff from the AUR, and that's cool. But when I went to the Arch Wiki, it didn't talk about, I mean, it told me what the helper tools are, but it told me how to compile the packages myself. And it's so cool. It's so cool. It's mesmerizing that, oh, I can just go to the source code and get it from there, directly from the source, and put it on my machine in a very controlled way. And I feel like, well, you can do that with the official stuff as well. You don't really have to go to sudo pacman s. You could just compile it yourself. Pacman is such a beautiful. Pacman is beautiful. By the way, Pacman is just beautiful, is it not? Pacman is amazing. So that's next. That's immediately what is next. Is I'm going to learn how to compile my own packages. I've learned a little bit about it. I need something called a package build. I need something called make package, the make package command. I don't know how it works. I'm going to understand it fully, and the first thing I'm going to install is Brave, because Firefox is great, but Brave is better. I love Brave. I want Brave. That's what I want. So I want to install Brave. I'm going to compile Brave myself manually. So that is immediately what is next. But what is next in general? The reason why I'm saying this is the final part, this is the end of my journey with Arch, is because the novelty is going to wear out pretty soon now. As much as I love Arch and everything, that's the thing about love, is that whatever you love, if you really love it, it becomes a part of your life. So now that it's been 2 months and I really haven't run into any problems, of course I've run into problems. I set up some things incorrectly, and when I set it up correctly, it works like a charm. It works beautifully. So really, I have run into 0 problems, all my mistakes. And so because it has been going so smooth, I don't think I will be thinking about Arch anymore. I will just be using my computer. It's just a computer now. It's just my computer now. And Arch, yeah, sure, that's what I'm running. Yeah, that's what I'm using. But it's just home. You know what I mean? When you are home, you don't really think about home. You're too busy feeling comfortable and feeling good. And I just want to learn all about, next, I'm going to learn about Unix. I'm going to learn about all of these commands. I'm going to learn as much as I can about Arch. I'm going to learn as much as I can about, oh, by the way, this whole package thing, compiling packages and dependencies, etc. This has nothing to do with Arch. This is just, I learned, and this is why I'm so excited about it, is that this is how the coding world has been working for decades, for so long. This is how they do it. And Arch is it's just part of it. It's just a part of that bigger ecosystem, that very beautiful ecosystem of people who are like computer science, basically, right? And so when I'm learning about compiling packages and dependencies and how this stuff works, and most of the commands that Linux uses, the more I learn about Linux, the more I learn about that sphere. Well, there's very little that I learn about Arch these days. It's really about that. That's why I'm saying that this is the end of my journey with Arch, because Arch is so minimal, so simple, that it's already done. I guess what I mean by what's next is I told you the direction. I don't really know where I'm going, you know, but I told you the direction that I'm taking, definitely. And the direction is videos, physical fitness, going to be joining a gym next month. I've really been trying very hard. Okay, that's a completely different tangent. Won't talk about that here. But yeah, there's physical fitness, computer science, I guess now, coding and stuff. What? I'm not going to be a coder. There's no way. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. But I really want to learn about Linux. I really want to learn about Unix. What is that? Never even heard of it before, by the way. So that's it. Thank you for listening to me. If there's anybody here, this feels weird, honestly, because I know that I'm posting this for nobody. But if there's anybody here, I'm surprised. Thank you.